Well, well, well! Good evening, lads, lasses, and you non-binary folk. How are we all feeling tonight? Feeling chipper? Feeling spry? Feeling ready to hear an old man ramble and ramble and ramble and ramble while he drinks? Because if you're not, well, mate, I have got some bad news for you. I am going to ramble until the end of time. Of course, Christopher Collins likes applesauce, his first, but was unable to make it tonight, so no thank you for thinking about me, Christopher. Makes me feel happy that somebody would be so ready. But yes, tonight is, rather unfortunately, a quiet night. I swear, I was going to scream this morning. However, I started watching a Netflix show last night. Very rare for me to start watching anything. It was last evening, and I ended up having far too much fun watching it. It was a really good little watch, that one was. A real good watch, that was. And so I ended up watching most of it, and I finished the rest of it this morning. But the point is, it was far too late. It was far too late for me. I would have had to get up far too early in the morning, and I needed to go out today again in the afternoon, so I decided I'd take the morning, sleep in a bit, and then go out in the afternoon. Had another wonderful time wandering around a local festival, making my face known to the community. You've got to do that when you're trying to ingratiate yourself with locals. Always do make sure you take part in community events. Really makes for a much easier transition if you ever move countries. You've got to really put yourself out there. I find it's one of the best ways. Put yourself out there to people who know you, or you put yourself out enough that people start recognizing you. That's the two things. Because I work, of course, and I go to places where the people I know I work with will often see me. Not on purpose. I like the events on their own, but it's a nice side effect if you're feeling a bit lonely and a bit unimportant after you've moved to another country or to another town. Really get involved in those community events if you can. That'll really make you feel like you're worth a damn. Really make you feel like you're worth a damn, that's for sure. I'm typing away here because somebody's messaged me that I work with, and I'm messaging. So yes, I should probably mention the drink. Now this is a much older photo. God, I took some nice photos back in the day, didn't I? I should acquire myself a white sheet somewhere so I can start taking photos like this again. God, look at that photo. It's like a professional. I'd put that on a menu. Put that on a bloody menu, mate. Point is, it's the classic. I do start a lot of these night streams with it. It is the classic cocktail of my hilarious... I just enjoy it because it's such a funny name. This is the coffee and cigarettes. Now, I've not been much of a smoker in my life, but I have been a drinker. I have drunk coffee. And it's just as rough to drink as it sounds. But today, we've decided to... because I've already tested a few... I was having a bit of a creative day once I got home. I was testing a few cocktails while I was making my dinner. Tried a few things. I don't know how much they worked. I need to keep going. I need to put more gin in the cocktail next time, I think. But yeah, so I'm a bit happy already, and my stomach's already a bit... already a bit on the precipice of giving me citrus-induced heartburn. So I decided to cut back on the harshness due to it being a fairly old bottle of Kauila. This Kauila is... Kauila has been pretty well... So it's pretty almost empty, actually. Bottle of Isla Scotch. So, rather unfortunately, it means... there's the... It means it's got a bit more of a harsher flavour. I find that happens with a lot of them. store them quite well. I just find they get harsher over time. So to cut down on a bit of the harshness, not only did I add a bit more chocolate bitters, but it's a chocolate bitter, so it's not really changing that much. I also added a dash, just a dash of orgeat. Just a dash of orgeat. Really took the edge off. Made it a nice, almost dessert-like cocktail. You still got the whiskey. You've still got the coffee liqueur. Still got a bit of the edge of the bitters. Now, you got a wonderful little bit of sweetness. These chocolate bitters are quite bitter. It's a chocolate bitters, by the way. I believe it's supposed to be a coxal bitters, which is a type of South American bitters. I can't remember. So coxal is South American. I think it's South American. Point is, different than the bitters I've got, but it is a chocolate bitters. Whatever it happens to be. I could only access this bitters. I couldn't access the specific bitters that were meant for this drink. That's the thing about cocktails, mate. You're never gonna have all the ingredients. God, I keep seeing that picture. I really took some beautiful pictures. I have got to get a white background back. It makes them look so much more classy. Got a white sheet. Unfortunately, it's a fitted sheet. I need a flat one. That's what I used last time. I used to have this big piece of... Actually, it was just a big piece of fabric that I used to use. Something you'd be using for making clothes. I used to put that as a background over a... It was a spot I used to build a little scene in. It looks good, doesn't it? Sorry, enough of me. Well, actually, this whole stream's about me. That's what you're all here for, isn't it? Me. And maybe you. Talking to me. I don't know where this string of arrogance has suddenly come from, but, you know, I'm not against it. Says coffee and cigarettes. It's just doing wonderfully tonight. It's feeling spectacular. Maybe I'll keep adding a bit of almond syrup to it next time. Orgeat is just a fancy name for French almond syrup. I believe the orgeat specifically used to use cognac or brandy to preserve the orgeat. Because unlike a lot of sugar, a lot of syrups, you couldn't add something that would, there was just a basic simple. You could just add a lot of sugar. And the more sugar you put in, the less likely it is to spoil. A lot of people say a double or a triple ratio, so 3-to-1 or a 2-to-1, rich simple syrup will never spoil, even outside of the fridge. I don't trust that. I still put it in the fridge. But orgeat is similar. But it's the additive that it usually also has almond syrup in it. You boil a heap of almonds. I've made it on my own before, and it was quite nice. But it is a time-intensive process to make orgeat at home. So, and I don't really have the space for it right now. I'm not... My face is not getting picked up at all. I'm leaning in too close to the camera, that's why. I'm getting real close and personal. Got my elbow up on the table and looking around. But yes. This particular orgeat is one I picked up online. So it uses artificial preservatives and not natural preservatives such as brandy, nature's finest preservative, spirits. But the one I used to make back in Australia, it certainly used spirits. I used to use brandy to keep it sustained. If you're trying to be fancy, you can even use cognac. But it's just a nice almond syrup from France. I bought the cheap stuff from Monin, but, you know, you can make it yourself. Now, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, I'm tired too, and I'm gonna keep talking. So, I haven't done much. All this stuff all the adult tasks, all the responsible citizen. Tasks I had to finish up on Friday were all finished up well enough. I had a bit of fun, a bit of free time, made a few drinks, and I remembered I have a really nice bottle of wine that I was gifted. And I'm messaging around to see if anyone wants to have a bit of a night about it. Make a bit of a night out of the bottle of wine, maybe go somewhere to a nice park or some such. Cook up a barbecue and, drink some wine. I have a bit of an evening. It's a shame I'm not near any, public parks that you can do cookouts in. They don't like them in Japan as much. They're not really as much of a fan of you whipping out the old barbecue. Camp barbecue anywhere in Japan. For a country that's... I don't know, I don't think Japan really has many bushfires as Australia, but for a country that has so few bushfires, it's really shocking how much they're afraid of fire in this country. Every bloody beach and harbour is like, oh, no fire on the sand, no bonfires. I'm like, what's half the reason of going to a bloody beach is a bonfire? Where's the fun? You can't accidentally dig a bonfire pit too close to the ocean and then the tide comes and puts the thing out. Or you have water underneath your fire if you've built it, in a correct way. I don't know, mate. I don't know. It is fun, though. Sometime soon I've got to go camping again. It's been so long since I've been camping. Who knows? Oh, another fun thing. I finally caught that bloody sneaky little cheeky bastard. As is known as the the cockroach the size of a small child's foot that's been running around my abode recently. Finally caught the bastard in a vacuum cleaner. And just threw him outside. I'm kind of hoping he'll terrorize one of my neighbors. I'm not much of a fan of killing cockroaches when I don't have the right equipment. I need to get myself some bug spray. Why would I bother? Most bugs that come inside are actually good for you. Cockroaches, however, are not. Very annoying. Very, very annoying. I don't know why I'm speaking with a much more... I don't know why I'm turning British today. Much more fancy. It's the alcohol. The alcohol's changing me into a British man. It is from Scotland. So that's sort of close to the UK. Well, it's the UK, it's just not England. But the chocolate bitters is from New Zealand. Has a little kiwi on it. Bob's Bitters. And the coffee liqueur, which I recently learned just says kohi in kanji. The kanji for kohi is just a crime against language. But Togouchi. Whiskey blended coffee liqueur. Stuff's good stuff. Comes from Sakurao Distillery. Good coffee liqueur. I quite enjoyed. Gives me memories though. Very specific smell of this coffee liqueur reminds me of my father. He always used to make his own coffee in a fancy Italian coffee machine. Very fancy. Cost him an arm and a leg back in the day to get that thing. But I always remember the smell every morning. My father cooking up coffee. Brewing himself a cup. Weirdly enough, this specific smell of this coffee liqueur has that edge to it. That sort of liquid nostalgia effect where you smell it. You can see it. And you can smell him walking past you after he's made his cup. He's made his cuppa. Almost just took a swig of it just then. Such a nice one. I think if I buy another coffee liqueur, I might buy this one again, actually. It's lasted me a while for a 500ml bottle. Probably good I didn't have a bottle of vodka to go with it. Otherwise I'd have been making espresso martinis every day. They're a great drink, the espresso martini. Classy. They've got vodka in them. Coffee liqueur. They look really beautiful. God, it has to be one of the most aesthetic drinks. I don't know why. I'm not much of a fan of coffee flavors. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I do like coffee flavors. I don't like coffee, but I like coffee liqueurs. And, coffee cocktails. But God, there is few things more aesthetic than espresso martini. I don't know why, but the brown, the light foam that the coffee, the espresso causes on the top. Oh god, it's just spectacular stuff, really. It is spectacular stuff. And then you drop 3 coffee beans floating on the top. Or just one, if you're feeling particularly, I don't know, you don't want to waste your coffee beans. 1 or 3 sitting on top of the foam because they're light enough. They sit on top of the foam, the crema that gets created by the espresso. Ah, they're aesthetic, aren't they? Very good drink. This really didn't need to be a game stream. I just chose to do it because I expected the traffic was going to be a bit low compared to recently. 1, I'm not playing Hollow Knight anymore, which means I'm going to lose people anyway. And 2, I am streaming at the wrong time of day. I don't expect we'll be seeing anyone that we normally know until what? Oh, yes, I know you're drinking a bloody ship here. Probably won't be seeing any of our normal regulars into our little restaurant bar we've got going here until likely 7:30. So I thought, yeah, I could talk a lot, but maybe I'd even struggle to talk for an hour by myself without any gameplay. So I thought we'd start playing the game anyway. Why not? I'm tempted to do another nighttime stream tomorrow night anyway. I think it'll be fun. Unless something else happens. Might be fun to do another nighttime stream. Because, I do enjoy them. Back in the day, every Sunday night. That's when I streamed. Sunday night, 7:30. I always got ready. I'd stream then. I played all of Portal 2. I played a heap of different games. Sunday night, 7:30. Just what I did. Just how it was. Those were the days, weren't they? I didn't even have 100 subscribers. These days I don't have much more. And, 3 years ago and I've only gained 89 subscribers. Nah, it's a bit more than that. I think I was around 70 or something like that back then. But yes, it is truly something nice. It's been windy recently. It's also windy and noisy. It's like, I swear you guys could pick up the bloody cicadas right outside my window through my microphone. They're so loud, I keep thinking I've left the window open. I always had that feeling. I must have had just nice, sturdy houses when I grew up, but insects. Even in the countryside, they sounded like they were right outside, but you still had that sort of feeling. And often in Australia, you'd open it, you'd have a screen. But God, these days, even my glass has got absolutely no soundproofing, because I can hear, like, the cicadas sound like they're right outside my bloody window, and I've kept the doors open, they're about to start flying in. They're going, oh, oshimashimasu, as they step into the bloody house, asking me bloody permission with all that. It is absolutely mad. It's absolutely mad how loud the cicadas are in this country and how terrible the soundproofing is in my room. And frankly, I won't be surprised if we get some complaints from people who live around me these days. It is quite the thing, I'll tell you that. It is quite the stuff. Sorry for my distracted nature, it's just how I am. Oh, I was recently thinking, actually, about, going on to Twitch for a while. Oh, I really worry, because most of the programs that allow you to stream to both Twitch and YouTube at the same time are rather, unfortunately, quite heavy on the computer. One is just using OBS with a certain program that splits the signal and just essentially duplicates the stream. And it's still sending 2 signals to different locations. And Reststream costs money. I don't want to pay for that. Both of them, I think, still cause a lot of strain on the computer. And I worry that I won't be able to play games properly if I double the streams. But I also don't particularly want to, do one stream and another. I'd like to start on both, really. Just pick it up. As if I was always streaming on Twitch, you know? Because, I can see the advantages to it. I'm just scared of the damn thing for some reason. And lazy, more specifically. Just go to Twitch. It's a real pain in the arse to have to try and figure out a new whole thing. A real pain in the arse to have to figure a whole new site out, and I have to... With the Twitch, I'll actually have to make all the rules and streaming stuff and make all those little tabs underneath the stream so people can find my socials and the like. It shouldn't be too hard. I'm complaining for the sake of it. I am nothing if not very good at complaining. You'd know if I've ever been employed if you've ever employed me, you'd know I'm good at complaining. I think it's a God-given right of any low-level worker to complain to high heaven about any small annoyance in their job. But only complain to people who are having the same experience as you. Don't complain to somebody who's having a harder time. And don't complain to somebody who's having an easier time, because it'll make you seem ungrateful. You've got to make sure you're mutual in your mild disdain for your place of work. Otherwise, you may end up alienating a few people. Give me a moment, I'm just finishing up a message. There you go. Alright. Good. Get that out of the way. Alright. Now, I've wasted enough time and drunk enough of my coffee and cigarettes cocktail. Let's get into this, shall we? I had a great time today, though, as we get into this. I had a spectacular time with the little festival I went to today. Met a lot of people I knew, chatted a lot of colleagues that I work with. A lot of people thought I was quite an amusing fellow. I am a average-sized Australian man with blue eyes, and yeah, I kind of stand out, so it's always fun. Had a lot of hellos from a lot of kids. It's all very fun. A little very local one, this one. Extremely local. This little festival I went to. It wasn't even online. Wasn't even online. It was just... I only saw it because I saw the advertisements in person. Alright, so, today, our job will be continuing on with the New Game Plus, actually. Shocking, I know. I'm playing a New Game Plus. Who would have thought? Eric Quintus, New Game Plusing it up. One of these days I'll figure out a new way of getting this camera to work. Oof. But today's a bit of a relaxing day. We're not trying too hard. We're not going too far. We're just having fun. So I did play a little bit of this game off-stream for a while. Though I don't think any of you remember. If you look at the thing, I've actually gotten 2 levels ahead of where we were before. And we're actually on the lake now. Which has the most bizarre condition. Do not use any cannons. Do not assign roles to any villagers. What in God's good name do they want me to do then? What in the hell am I supposed to do then? How am I supposed to do this on my own? We don't know. It's a mystery. Who knows? Don't use any cannons. Don't assign roles to villagers. So essentially, just do it yourself. Figure it out your damn self, mate. So I had to go on this damn fleet of boats. All by my lonesome. Yes, yes, yes. A fierce battle that'll only have me involved, apparently. Me alone. One advantage, at least, is I suppose I don't have to worry about the other missions. Just fun. Keeps me away from the, terror. The existential dread. Who knows if I have the right equipment for this particular one? I don't think I do. There's absolutely no way I have the right equipment for this. Absolutely no way the equipment I have is good enough for this quest. I might have to do a reset at some point. Really? Have to shoot from over... What the hell? No, let me shoot from over to there. The bloody auto-targeting in this goddamn game. Let me know what I'm aiming at, you bastard. No. God. Can't aim at the right target to save my damnable life. Oh, so you're now aiming at the right place, are you? Thank you. Love the crystals. Probably won't need them. Oh, that's probably what I'll do. Considering I'm doing this all by my lonesome, I should do everything in my power to increase my attack. Increase the shooting rate of my bow. Allow super guards to charge without me needing to have them out. Increase my attack and portion of the crystals. My maximum health or heal me? Oh, actually, weaken the villagers, strengthen me. Yeah. Who needs more health when you can have more attack than humanly possible? Which is good, because I'm not a human in this game. So I don't need to worry about having too much attack. Crystals. Great fortune comes to those who wait. That means I can't even get the chests in this level because I can't change any villager's role. Can't assign any roles to these villagers, lest they try and steal my thunder. Can't have that, can we? These villagers will have to suffer being afraid. Suffer being afraid of me. Really, I could probably do this by not rescuing any of the villagers, and then I wouldn't even have them on the bloody place to deal with them. Could just do this all by my lonesome. No purified villagers. I'd get the damage bonus from that. It'd also give me a defense bonus. Oh well. Maybe if it doesn't work out, we'll try that strategy. Wow. 2 shots for those. My attack is very high, isn't it? Now we need to get as many crystals as we can. Because it is the crystals that will allow us the advantage we need. All defilement purified. All villagers. Nope, not villagers aren't all saved yet. The bloody hell am I missing? The poor sod is not rescued yet. This happened last time. I feel like there was a villager I somehow missed last time. A really obvious spot. Ah, there he is. There's 2 villagers right in the middle of there. Obvious spot. All the villagers rescued. Now you can all become fodder. I'm not too sure what you'll be, but it's certainly not going to be helpful. Alright, lads. This is a terrible idea. No cannons, no villagers. Only suffering will be had today. Only suffering. Come on, lads, get on the boat. Be glad you can still walk, lass. The next time you're on a boat, you're gonna be paraplegic. You can barely even move your arms. So, you know, be glad. If she dies, the villagers die. Alright. Makes it easy, I suppose, in a way. Wow, this thing increases my fright of fire, like, oh, my god, I was not expecting that. Increases my rate of fire like nothing else, that's for sure. I don't really care about the boats either. I don't even need to care about the boats. They can sink for all I care. I wonder if that would make it easier, letting them sink. Because if I let them sink... Come on, lads. What have we got? First lads is coming this way. Oh my goodness, I do so much damage. I'm an absolute minigun. Never mind, I don't think I might have an issue. Old Soul's turned into a bloody machine gun. An absolute machine he is. My god. He's unstoppable. Who would have thought it'd be so easy if you just completely, overwhelmingly jacked up your own health? Yeah, nice try. You're not going to live out the night, mate. Yeah, there's no mission for Yoshino surviving, though. Dun, 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 dun. Nice try, mate. Oh my god, I'm a machine. Just a machine. You can't stop me. Yoshino, you're in good hands. Villagers. 10 villagers that I am not giving the power of the gods to. Do not worry, you are in good hands. I am the man, the myth, the legend. The Japanese minigun. Okay, that one's closest. Ooh, it's so tempting to use the cannon. Yeah, you're so scary. You know who's scarier? Me! Get over there. Alright, mate. Show us your guts. Spill your guts, mate. Oh no, he spilled his guts. Shouldn't have probably done that. You really should only spill your guts until in company that is trustworthy. That is unlikely to pull out a katana and stab you after you tell them your secrets. Really, people should get it together. They can't be so trusting. People can't be so trusting. People have got to stop being so trusting to strange people on the internet. Nope. Nope. Wow, he jumped far. Get over to your old mate. Oh, come on. Alright, daybreak. He's coming. Hey, lads. Rough times for you. Alright, mates. We've done it. We've bloody well done it. Suffer the slings and arrows of the light. You absolute flying bastards. Imagine I just use the cannon right now after all that work. Just fail immediately. Fail instantaneously. And here comes the sun. Do 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 do. Here comes the sun. And I say. There it goes. Easy. Every time I think these missions are gonna be tough. Every time. I keep thinking, oh no, I can't do this one. This one's too hard. Oh no. Whatever shall I do? However shall I win this fight? And then I win this fight, and then I'm fine. What the hell is wrong with me? Can't stop me. Hut, 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 hut. Hey, 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 hey. Hoo, hoo, ha. Ha. Hoo, ha, ha. Ha. That dance was too long. I got distracted already. Here comes the sun. Do, 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 do. And I say, you'll be alright. Alright, easy. Look at that. Yuminari Lake. Done, mate. Done like a dinner, mate. Can't even stop me. Just unstoppable, mate. Adashino Village. Oh, I remember this. Oh, I have to use a priest. Oh no. That's frightening. I have to use a priest. I don't think I've ever actually used them properly the whole time we've done this, but luckily I was not stupid and actually started upgrading the priest while I was away. I actually have given the priest a bit of an upgrade. So, unfortunately, I don't have the Kunitsu-Gami possession one. What can we do about that? But he's got more range. He's got more strength. I think we're pretty good. Kingfisher's shot. Explosive arrows. spider shot. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Yes, yes, clap, clap, clap. I know, I'm spectacular. I didn't realize you could look at them. Oh, look at that little fellow. It's quite posed up there, isn't he? Goodness. Dear oh dear, that's going to put some people hot under the collar if that's their thing. Christ almighty. Oh, righty then. And the rest of them will be the normal set. Reduce the cost of the people as much as possible. Did I sort them differently? Category jump. There we are. How did I never realize I could do that? Oh well. Don't complain. We've learnt it now. Oh, look at this fellow. Oh, he's a little fish man. Cute. This is just a Dharma with a person's body in it. Oh. Very nice. Alrighty then. Oh, okay, that should be fun. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. Itterashai! Ittekimasu! So yeah, most of this stream is just gonna be me doing this. I enjoy this game. I really do. Alright, lads. You already know how this game goes. Let's get you walking. Yeah, I really didn't realize how much I missed her walking. Really is something that I missed. Stop building that. Get back here, dear. Up, he ran off into the woods. Those damn deer are always running off into the woods, hiding from me. How dare they? Thank God, you're a priest. There you go. How big is their range? Well, they've got pretty good range, actually. So we'll be doing our classic strategy of bring out the sumo and hope he's good enough to help us with what we need. The sumo will draw them in, the priest will purify them, Bob's your uncle, Baba's your aunt, James is your cousin. Will be sweet. We will be using damage. Perhaps I won't do the ranged character today. Yeah, probably a ranged character will be a detriment to actually getting the mission complete. It is 30, after all. That is a fair few. I should increase my range. I suppose it does, actually. I could be the machine gun on top of... Oh, God, that shooting faster one is such a great piece of equipment. I didn't realize it would be so much faster. Good job, old lads. Yes, the TV show that I was watching. May as well talk about that, considering we've got the time. The TV show I was watching last night was the Netflix show 3 Body Problem. Which was actually quite fun. It was a fairly refreshing show. Like, its ideas were nice and refreshing, and... You know, I hadn't expected them in a while. You know, it's not something I see done that often these days. bit sci-fi, a bit, you know, interesting, a bit eldritch. Kind of really fascinating, really drew me in. Which is why I ended up watching it. And not getting sleep in time to actually scream in the morning. No, that's rare for me. I don't stay up late very often. That is a very rare thing for me to do. Not sleep properly. We need a sumo. And we just need a... Alright. We stop the guys who go for her. If I remember correctly, they sometimes come from down here. No, they don't come from down here. That's in the next section, the next part of the day. Yes, priest. Hey. Ooh. Oh. Yeah. Get away from me. Don't blow them up. No, they're too powerful. I'm sorry. I got to be concentrated on them. They're too powerful. My fellows. They're too powerful. The priest did get 5 of them, though. Thank God. Oh dear. Poor choice, mate. I'm really hating that, Wow, she is not doing well. I apologize. Probably shouldn't have put the sumo so close to you, lass. Maybe over there. Kind of draw them away. Oop. Oop. Some blessings. Okay, nice job, everyone. Rough times. You really should stop walking around with high explosives. Never seems to end well for anyone. Bang! It's the damn radio signal that I keep hearing. What's this bizarre radio signal we're getting? Oh my goodness. This actually might be tough to get all the priests' blessings in a certain amount of time. He just doesn't do many of those blessings, and not many of these cursed enemies seem to come out. Be not I suppose. Alright, lads. Get to the damn gate. Do your cha-cha slide to the gate, lads. I really think you should slide to the left a bit more, and maybe slide to the right. Maybe do 2 hops this time. First time in a while she's been harmed so much, actually. But one of the quests isn't keep her alive. It seems they can't avoid that quest. Which is really nice. I really hated that quest. Alright, lads, we are flying through this level. What the hell am I doing? This is not what I probably want to be actually preparing. You know what? Doesn't matter. Ultimately, I'm too powerful. They really should have added a hard mode to this game. I think it might be a tad too easy. A strange feeling this game is going to be a tad too easy. Come on, pork. Damn autofocus. Alrighty then. Be not I to judge myself, but I am the one who should judge. I really should judge myself more. I don't think I judge myself nearly enough. I think I could stand to have a bit more negative self-worth. Maybe get my arse into gear to do something. Anyway. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm going insane. 'Tis I. Damn! These balls are not kidding. They are good hits. Wait, I'm still missing a villager? Where? Oh, you bastard. I forgot about this village. You know what? I'll deal with that tomorrow. Everyone gather up. We're missing a villager, but it's fine. It's nothing a second sumo wrestler can't fix. Second priest. Second sumo. More archer. More axe. Where are our gates? There we are. Don't really need this many sumo. Oh, there's still somebody who's not got a roll, eh? Alright, lads. What role should you have? Murder. Perfect role for you. Good job, priest. Absolute lad, look at him go, breaking those enchantments like nobody's business. And here I was worried you wouldn't get it done in time. How wrong I was. That person exploded. Alright. Wasn't expecting that. Alright, I might need to send a second axeman down there. Might need to send a second axeman down their way. How the hell did that get missed? How in the hell did that get missed? Do. Oop. They're going back to get their blessing. Perfect. We love ourselves a blessing. We love our enemies to be blessed. Break them! Break those charms, you bastard! Oh, we finished it, have we? I forgot what the other quest was there. Oh, well, easy. Alright. The priest can go back to being something normal, like a gunner. Don't you need you anymore, priest? High explosive high power arms will be fine enough. Wow, they really think they're all that, don't they? How about this, old mate? Not much a fan of the lion's claws, it seems. Good job, everyone. Good job. Last villager saved. Sorry about that. Bit embarrassing that I forgot to save you, mate. But don't worry, I saved you now. You can go hippity hoppity and get that chest out of the ground for me, mate. Delicious. Alright. Come on, lads. Moonwalk your way over here. Slide to the left, slide to the right, and all that. Crisscross. I wonder if this game will have DLC. I hope it has DLC, to be honest. I could imagine them making like a super challenge version. Oh, I miss her dancing. I miss the dancing. Truly, we were spoilt with her actually being able to walk on her own. Those were the days. Oh! Oh yes, I remember this. All by my lonesome I must fight. Oh, I just realized I should probably check what the quests for this is, because it could be quite difficult. Don't let me receive any damage. That is very difficult. Don't let me receive any damage. And finish in 5 days or fewer. That's That's amazingly tough. That is a frightening quest they've given me. So I just can't afford to... I cannot afford... This is gonna be an interesting one. I might try this idea. Just go all in on me and my attack power. And give myself a new... So what should I go for? The spider or the kingfisher? Or the bomb? Bomb seems pretty good. Spider could slow... Nope, the bomb's pretty good. I go with high explosives. We will win this battle through high explosive. We need not worry about being hit if we stay at range. That is my guess. That is my strategy. Range and super moves. Alright. We do not want to be targeted. Honestly, your Shido can take all the damage for all I care. She can really suffer during this fight. I need to survive. It's all about me this time. Oh, I forgot to change the actual... Oh well, we'll try it without it. We're gonna keep you on the straight and narrow, Lars. There really doesn't seem much difference between them in distance, you know? Maybe there is. Doesn't really feel like it, but go the right path. It probably seems to be faster. Also, she'll be more likely to be attacked. That's great for me. I don't want to be attacked. Sounds like a terrible idea. Sounds like a terrible idea. Now, stop building, Craftsman. You've mystical defenses to create. You've mystical defenses to create. Get back here, you cheeky sod. So, I'm thinking to be a bit cheeky. See if I can't get away with it just by using the power of being a coward and shooting them with a bow. Probably not going to work out, considering the enemies are going to be way stronger. But, you know, more... You just got to try sometimes, don't you? You've just got to try. Might be a bit tough. I cannot afford to be hit. My life is more important than Yoshiro's. Thank you. What's that sound? My god. He's terrifying. He frightens me to no end. Please. I will become a minigun for the sake of not dying. Thank God I don't have to defend her. Ah, truly, my life is the only important one. Stop being defended by the hell portal, mate. It's no fair, you've got invincibility. I'm such a coward for this strategy, but that's the point of it, isn't it? Be a coward, but you'll still live. Yeah, the most frightening. Ah! He tried to shoot at me. He pulled a gun on me. He spat his tongue at me. Which still sounds like a Shakespearean insult. I spit my tongue at you, sir. My tongue, I spit at you, sir. I spat my tongue at you, sir. You did what, sir? I spat my tongue at you, sir. Truly. That enemy is like the start of Romeo and Juliet and the bite my thumb at you, sir, scene. But I could have stayed up here, been safe. Haha, no one can get me up here, I'm safe. Rightio. God, she moves slow, doesn't she? It'll be afternoon by the time we get here. Can't believe there are villagers in a graveyard. Absurd. Yay! Beautiful. Sunny days. Ah, quick, lass. You're not gonna make it very far, but... You're not gonna make it anywhere, actually. My god. Gonna make it about 2 feet. I'm sure there's a chest in this level I've somehow missed. I know not where it is or what it is doing. Ooh. I can't do anything fancy, these... Oh dear. Oop. Nope. Absolutely not. Come on, lads, just walk. I'm sure nothing terrible will happen if you walk into this little spot. Retribution. No. I am safe. I am in my safety bubble. You can't hurt me in my safety bubble. It's for my safety. Oh no. My safety bubble. You bastard. How dare you? You die, Gaki. You can't touch me in my safety bubble. This is my safe space. Those guys are the ones I'm most scared of. Little tongue attacks. They're dangerous. Away you go. Use everything you've got. Oh, another one. You thought throwing two at me would scare me, didn't you? But I have three. Nice try, you bastard. Try on this for size. Didn't expect me to pull out another super move, did you? That is my power. The power of just constant and unending super moves. Up. Here comes the sun. Do-do-do-do. And so the sun rises. And it is a beautiful day. Let's get this going. Yeah. It's gonna end fairly like last time, if I remember correctly. Which means, unfortunately, nowhere close to where I want it to be. Apparently there's a chest somewhere in this level that I've always missed. I've always wondered how I kept missing the chest, and I have no idea for the life of me where it was. Where is this magical chest? Ah, there it is. I appreciate the large amount of healing items, but I don't think I really need them. don't think I really need all the healing items. I can't remember where they come from now. I hope they don't come from behind. Frankly, don't remember where they come from these days. Alright. Chew into this for a bit. Oh dear. That's what I forgot to do. Got to charge my damn moves. Oh, that's a... Go away. What are the worst ones to start with? Ranged attacks? No, 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 no. No range. So where's my second gate? Is it only one gate? Where's the second? Oh, yeah, okay, there it is. Of course. Glad it's the same set of essentially the same enemies. No spitting your tongues at me, sirs. Okay. Now look, we're already 1/3 through the night already. You haven't had a reason to be scared this whole time. Don't you walk around the barrier, you're supposed to walk through the barrier. That's the point of the damn thing. Damn, so rude. I feel like they almost have put those flying enemies specifically there, so I can't just completely go nuts with the spamming because they just keep spawning them, so it slows me down. But they're not gonna slow me down enough, mate. They needed to do a lot better than that if they wanted to slow me down. Me. The all-powerful, the almighty. Oh dear. Alright, keep it firing. Don't let him shoot. Remember, the most powerful defense against a gun is a man with another man with a gun. At least that's what all the American advertisements tell me. If that's true or not, who knows? It's a mystery to me. Oh my goodness. Get away from here. No. No, 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 no. Daybreak's gonna come before these guys even get anywhere close. And that means I win. It's not the one with the bigger gun, it's the American. I'm American. Oh. Is it the one with the faster gun? Or is it the one who's faster at shooting the gun? I don't know much. I'm not American. The last time I shot a gun, it was at kangaroos. And emus. And I was never a very good shot. But hello, without a name. How'd you end up without a name? Seemed like a rather tragic sort of state of affairs. I am almost out of this drink. I'm gonna need a new one. I just realized I should probably have the drink up. Considering. Ah, why is it so tiny in the middle of the screen? There you go, you can stick it over there. There's the drink. Laziness. Fair enough. It is always a pain to keep going back to the government to re-associate our names with ourselves. Because that is what happens with names. They're like Rego for cars. Imagine that. That seems like a dystopian future. Imagine you have to go every year or every 10 years. Or something like that. To like the government and pay to keep your name. Imagine if they were just like, yeah, there's too many names in the world. We're gonna cut them down a bit. You have to keep your name with a Rego. And like a number plate, they all go bizarre because they all have to be unique or something like that. Yes, how are you doing though anyway? Join me on this night. Drinking this cocktail of with an awful name. What am I doing? I don't really need that much, it's fine. I've definitely got enough to get through this level. Alright, big man. Come on. I forgot he comes in as a little figurine, a little Nendroid or something like that. What do they call them? A pop vinyl. The ultimate pop vinyl. Trademark, if you sing, you can't go without Michael Jackson, even if it's your given name. And I'm okay. Oh, glad. It is like that for singers and actors, isn't it? The acting guild and all that sort of thing. It's why all these actors have strange and very striking names. Puzzle. The last kanji in this fellow's name, if I remember correctly, is the kanji for priest. Hello. Nighty night. Itoriu. Aha, you thought! Ow, he did hit me. Well, at least I didn't have to do this one perfectly. Nope. You may realize that I have done this all before. This is actually a New Game Plus playthrough of this. He's cool, isn't he? Whoop. Oh, too bad. I'm invincible. Nighty night. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You know what? Let's go, lads. Oh, you gotta just keep doing that, are you? Too bad, mate. Just because you had the bigger sword doesn't mean you'll win. You are right. It's not the person with the bigger gun, is it? It's the person who can use the mystical powers. The mystical powers of the mountain goddess to kill the other person faster. Honestly, look, he's looking weird, honestly. Don't even know this game. And not many people do. It came out fairly recently. But it seems like I'm the only damn person in the world who knew it existed. I love it, though. I really do like this game. It's got bizarre art direction. Like a H.R. Geiger crossed with a Japanese yokai-themed fever dream. It's great times. I really like it. It's got a bit of a strategy aspect to it, though you likely wouldn't have seen it because these two levels make it so you don't have these people. These are the villagers. Sort of a action game crossed with a bloody tower defense game, and oh no. Old lass is losing her ability to walk. I forgot about this. Sucks to be cursed, doesn't it? But it's a nice little game. I really love it. It's called Kunitsu-Gami. Kunitsu-Gami. There he is, the Pupposo. So, here's a bit of a Japanese lesson. The first kanji is one of the general kanjis they use for Buddha, or Buddhism. I don't know what the middle one is, I can't remember what the middle one, but the last one is monk. So it's some sort of Buddhist monk turned evil monster. Which is fun. Oh no, the Rangimash. I'm terrified of this level. I was really bad at it last time. Kind of look like an old Japanese Warframe. Yeah, it does look a bit like that. Warframe is a good thing. You know, the sort of, the weird, almost... It's hard to say vinyl, but they look quite strange with, like, the real trimming. Warframe really loves its trimming on the Warframes themselves. They really like the trimming, don't they? On things. I can give you a look at some of the models. They do allow you to actually look at the models of the monsters. This is my second time through this game. This is my New Game Plus, because, there is a secret boss at the end of New Game Plus, and I want to fight it. So I'm going through New Game Plus pretty quickly to get to it. So, you're seeing somebody who's like, this is not my first time through the metal to the little things, yeah. So a lot of the models look a bit like this. A bit bizarre, don't they? Little hands. Look at them go. But yeah, you're right. It does have sort of a Warframe feeling to it, doesn't it? They like they're very stacked patterning. They're sort of almost stacked lining, like everything's made of multiple lines. Never thought about that. It's a good point out. Good point of view. Tasty. A horrifying sea sunflower. Alright, so I need a priest for the next one. Alright! Almost melted look. Yeah, it almost is, but I think that's the point. So, the general idea of this game is that, well, we can tell it through a story. Let's tell a story. So we're on a mountain, a beautiful time. Everyone's having a good time on this mystical mountain somewhere in Japan, a very long time ago. A long time ago in a country far, far away. Everyone's having a good time. And the humans on this mystical mountain worship a mountain goddess. But, even though they worship the mountain goddess, they cut down trees, they fish every fish in the river, they hunt every deer, and eventually, a pestilence appears, a curse. The sins of the people have started building up on those on the mountain. I don't know who this lady is. This old woman actually may be the mountain goddess herself. I'm not too sure. It's never explained, really. And she realizes the pestilence is built up. And so the monsters appear. The nightly procession of the Seethe, as they call them. These horrifying, half-human, half-abomination from the other world. The Seethe curse everyone. And so a sacrifice is chosen by the mountain goddess to fulfill the pact of the mountain goddess. And essentially, using these mystical masks, we're able to start a procession. And this lass is our sacrifice. Taking upon all the sins that have been caused upon the mountain and all the evil that has spread. And at the end, she will die. She is a sacrifice. Though it does seem melted. Melted is a good look. That's the general gist of this game. We're going around collecting every curse that has built up on the mountain. Yeah, look at these guys. Their hands are melted to their heads. And they've got tongues on their forehead. Which they spit at you, by the way. They spit their tongues at you. Delicious stuff. Anyway, I'm going to equip my items. It also, for some reason, has a lot of trivia about Japanese traditional sweets. Look at all the... This game is clearly a passion project. Whoever had this game loved two things. Traditional Japanese... Well, three things, maybe. Traditional Japan, traditional sweets, and Kagura dancing. Because this whole concept is based on the idea of a Kagura dance. Especially a Kagura dance of a much older style, one designed to appease the gods and appease spirits. As Kagura means to entertain the gods. So this is a Kagura action game, as it calls itself. Traditional type of Japanese dancing. So it's some mad passion project for somebody in Capcom. That didn't get all that much advertising, but when I saw its trailer during one of the Game Awards, maybe, I put that one into the old memory bank. Stuck that one up in the old steel trap upstairs. It wasn't getting away from me, and so when it came out, I started playing it. Look at all this trivia about Japanese traditional sweets. I've actually eaten most of these. Not eaten these ones yet, though. These ones are really beautiful. These, like, ones based after fruits and vegetables. They're spectacular. Look at them. Each also have different plates, which is a very Japanese thing to do, to have a plate that matches the aesthetic of the sweet you're trying to get on. Like these fish swimming across a blue ocean. Fun stuff. Alright. Have a sweet, lass. Have a Kit Kat, lass. Alright. Whereas I need to... Force Christian possession. Oh no, I just realised the meaning behind that. Alright. I don't know if the Danjiri is in here. I remember seeing them in the Osaka Festival. I don't know. I don't think I remember the Danjiri. I can have a look. I'll have a look through the names, but I don't think Danjiri was one of them, unfortunately. Good old... I've not been to many... never been in Osaka when the festivals were happening, unfortunately. I do live in Japan, without a name. I don't know if I've mentioned that. I should mention that. I do live in Japan. I live here. Not anywhere near Osaka, unfortunately. I'm a bit in the middle of nowhere, really. A bit in the middle of nowhere. Rather unfortunately. Probably not. It's a giant wooden cart shrine. They do have some strange ones, actually. So, you've got the Gaki. That's a classic. The Gaki is that, I know this spirit before this game. The Gaki is a small... old man baby thing that's cursed to always be hungry. Everything turns to sand in its mouth. Got that. You've got the Shibakaki, which is hilarious because it hides in grass and spits at people with its tongue. That's the Daigaki. You know the Kaimatachi? This is the Kaimatachi in this game. Who needs it to be a beautiful woodland spirit with a scythe on its arm? A beautiful little stoat-looking fellow. No, no, no. It's this horrifying monster. But it does come from people cutting down forests. There's your whirlwind. The hunger ones. Yes, the Gaki. Everything turns to dust in their mouths. Then you've got the Gaki Inyo, which is, I believe, some sort of priest version of the Gaki. And you've got the Daigaki, which is just a big Gaki. You've got the Sumigaki, which is people who have drowned. Ooh, these fun. This is fun. Look at this one. Ooh, look how wobbly it is. Where was it? Sumigaki, Hidarugami, Yotaimen, Ozukime, Shokera, Shiniku Samurai. He's a samurai that's got a heap of swords in his head. Hirafugai, Atsu, Enera. You may have seen this one if you've ever played the Neo games, actually. This turns up in one of the Neo games, the Enera. Tsurube Otoshi, Bupposo, Dojo Yogoshi. Ah, this is the Nurikabe. This one's fun. It's a wall. See the two sides? It's like a Buddhist statue. A Bodhisattva statue that rolls towards you and then turns into a wall. Look at those arms. Look at its arms and legs. Like a flattened out person. I don't think he's samurai, right? The swords don't go in the head. I don't think he... I think specifically in this story, the story in this game is, yes, he was a person who killed a lot of people, and they killed him in his sleep. So a heap of people came up when he was sleeping and stabbed him through the head. So yes, he was a pretty poor samurai, really. Because he lost a fight. If we're dealing with the Musashi principle. Yeah, pretty poor samurai. Killed a lot of people. Came to end one night when he was taken down in his sleep. Legend said the corpse behind was merely a collection of faces. Oh, that's right, he cut people's faces off, too. Lovely stuff. He just looks like a fellow who has a really bad case of, like, elephantitis on his head. And also really was into those novelty swords that you put in your head during Halloween. It makes you look like you've been stabbed through the head. Oh, we've got the cursed baby. We've got the cursed sakura tree. Love this thing. Look at this thing. I don't like the fact it seems to have testicles, though. That upsets me. And then you've got the coolest one that I Kobo. Look at this fella. If he didn't have a giant tongue sticking out of his stomach, he'd be really cool. It's also a pain in the arse to fight. Oh yeah, the Noderabo. I know the Noderabo. I thought they were going to do the legend about the guy who carried the bell on his back. They didn't do with that legend. Yatsugahagi. Oh yes, the crow spider. Look at his wobbly nose. Got all these bosses. Really hard to pick one out. It's a nut tree. And to one-up Pinhead. I think Pinhead still has a bit more on that fellow. Pinhead's scary because he's intelligent. The hell was that noise? Alright. The Vtuber is in this level, so we should probably upgrade that move. Oh, by the way, this is the strategy part of this. Look at those beautiful masks. As you upgrade the masks, they become more and more painted and more decorative. So essentially, all of these masks represent the roles I can give to my villagers in each level. Various roles for various different things. You've got, you know, woodcutter, the basic soldier. Very cheap, fast, not necessarily very strong. Then you've got the archer, fast, medium range, not too long range, but good for flying people. You've got the aesthetic, the most powerful unit in the game, slows monsters down and hurts them. This is really like Balloon's tower defense in traditional traditional Japan. Spearman, faster, not faster, slower, but stronger against single targets. Sumo wrestler, draws enemies to him because he's so big and scary. Cannoneer, when you really want something to disappear. Shaman, when you really want your units not to disappear. Marksman, when you really want that fellow who's about 6 miles away to disappear. Thief, when you want extra stuff. Ninja, when you're too lazy to do the whole running around the battlefield independently thing. So you can let somebody else do it. Priest, practically useless. Practically useless. And finally, the sorcerer, when you really want everyone to disappear, because this fellow, after a certain amount of time, is essentially a magical, traditional Japanese tactical nuke. That's what his job is. It's to sit in the back, charge up a super bomb, and then just blow up occasionally. He's when you really want people to go away. He kills them with the power of origami. Good times. Alright. Let's get this next level underway. Renge Marsh. So I've got my 2 bonus quests of Purify 5 of the Dogoyoshi toxic pools using a priest. And complete the stage in 6 days or fewer. Alright. Actually, first things first. I'm going to pause that for a moment. I apologize. I have no drink. I'm going to grab myself something to drink. So I'm a bit too lazy to get another cocktail. Actually, I could make a... Now I'll have to shake a cocktail and that'll be a pain in the ass. Oh what? Stop being such a coward, Eric. Go make yourself a cocktail. You deserve it. But I'll also run to the loo at the same time. I do have some responsibilities upon the porcelain throne. So, I'll leave you in this moment for just a moment, and I'll be back. Alright, I'm sort of back. Just mixing myself up a drink. There you go. What's there? What kind? I realized I just had enough to make myself a Mai Tai. Lovely enough, I've got some, it is summer after all in Japan. What better cocktail to have on a hot summer's night than a nice tropical cocktail like a Mai Tai. Literally just had enough rum. Fortunately, I'm running out of rum. Need to get some more. Also, just ran out of my, Contra as well. So, that's a shame. Hey, you can hear it? Fortunately, I don't have any fancy ice. So it always Comes out pretty quick. There. Here's my glass. How did I put that? Alright. Dash of black rum on the top and we'll be done. Wonderful. Change the picture too. I do have a picture of my Mai Tai that I've done before. Give me a moment. Change the picture of the drink we're drinking. Mai Tai. Mai Tai, Mai Tai, where are you? Mai Tai. Oh, that's big. Goodness. There we go. Beautiful. Alright. Let's get this underway. Alright. But yes, very interesting. Nice, thank you. It's a hobby of mine to make cocktails. Unfortunately, I often stream in the morning, so it's not really something I can do. But there was a few streams that I've done where you have a little camera. I'm frozen, because I only own one camera, and this camera is used to track my face. So, when I have a camera on my drinks, I can't track my face, so I'd be dead still. It's a nice one, the Mai Tai. It is a favourite of mine. With a bit of mint on top. Nothing beats it on a hot summer's day. That's oh, actually, mojito's pretty close. They're another good summer cocktail. I'm far too lazy to buy champagne to make sangrias, so. But my niece does love them. Alright. You much of a drinker yourself, Mayor, without a name? Much of a drinker yourself? If I remember correctly, you can get... Okay, very good. Yeah. So, as you just saw, general description of this level. Each level is usually, well, most levels are get her from point A to point B. She is like your tactical nuke, so to speak, your payload. And yes, you need to get her from point A to point B without her dying, essentially. Thieves can unbury chests. And you have to use a heap of things to make it easier on you to get all this sort of thing done. You know, use the magical man to build certain structures that help your soldiers, all that sort of stuff. No, I like rum and coke, but I can't feel it. I drink a lot in Osaka and made it back just fine. Mate, you and me both. You and me both. I've never been able to drink for the sake of getting drunk, unfortunately. To me, it's a hobby because it's a flavor thing. I know it's strange to some, but I love alcohol for the taste, if you'd believe it. So yes, I am the same. There's a rare few people I know who can outdrink me. It's just spicy water. That is a spectacular way of describing it. Spicy water. Very funny. Very funny indeed. But yes, for me it's all... I enjoy, you know, different spirits. I enjoy different wines. I did grow up in Australia. Australia is known for its spectacular selection of wines. So I grew up with that. Rather interestingly, though, my parents never drank. My parents weren't drinkers. My mother would have been a drinker, but she, out of respect, does not. So it's quite nice, all things considered. I just like it for the flavor. I enjoy it for the flavor and the creativity and the difference. It's the same reason I like tea rather than coffee. To me, coffee tastes very similar. But tea can be very different. All types of tea out there. Especially if you add herbal tisanes. Same idea. Alright. So, we're gonna have to waste one of our spaces on a priest, unfortunately. Because our job is to detoxify using a priest. Sumo. Gunner. Nothing beats a man with a gun. Both tea and coffee are plant soup. Oh, look at you. Them's fighting words, old mate. Those are fighting words without a name. You better be glad you don't have a name, because I'd be finding you then, mate. I'd be coming for you, mate. You're saying a cuppa's not worth it, mate? It's just bean soup? Well, that's the thing about a cuppa. What if I like bean and plant soup, mate, eh? Gonna start acting like this around me, mate? Hey? I don't know why I suddenly went, like, drunk man you find at the train station there, but... Don't we all sometimes? It's all the same. You are a dangerous man, you know. Oh, yes! Forgot about the Kunitsu-Gami. At least I don't have to worry about it this time. I have out here their thoughts, I can tell. You're a dangerous man with thoughts like that. You're going after half the country of Australia thinking like that. If you took tea and coffee from people, they'd have no idea what to do. They'd hardly know what to do with themselves if you took the tea and coffee away from them. They'd hardly know what to do with themselves. It is crazy though, and I don't know where you live currently, but I don't know, so I don't know how much of a cafe culture you have, but it's a really important thing in Australia, cafe culture. If an Australian didn't have his coffee and or his tea, he'd be lost. Those were all products of the way we were raised. He'd be lost, mate. He wouldn't know what to do with his hands in the morning. He'd get up, brush his teeth, and walk into the kitchen and just sit there, I guess. What a tragic life. You're on the right path, old mate. Oh, there's another one of those damn Kunitsu-Gamis. American, North Mountain area. It's nothing but Starbucks, cafes that close at 3 p.m. At 3. Fair enough. In Australia, most cafes open at 5 a.m. and don't close. They usually, actually, most cafes probably open at 5 a.m. Stay open until 3. I'd say they stay open until 3 in Australia. Most cafes. Most cafes definitely probably stay open to about that. Up and here comes the sun. Do 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 do. Here comes the sun. I miss that. Living in Japan right now, I really miss the cafes being open at ungodly hours of the morning. It's something I truly do miss. A job I used to have would get me up at 3:30 in the morning. My shift would start around 5, and I could usually find a cafe or a bakery that was open at that time. So I could head to work, grab a sandwich or a piece of nice breakfast baguette on the way. I'd be set for the day, mate. Set for the day. Fascinating stuff, really. Alright, stage 2 of this level. I don't actually know. In Saka they had 24-hour places. I work nights. Oh, you work nights! I see. That explains why you're up now. We have another fellow in our... another regular of ours that works nights as well. I don't know if he'll wander around tonight, but Tiberian often works nights too. It's a tough job. I used to work nights when I was younger. It is a rough job. Worked mornings and nights. Would you believe? Worked mornings and nights. Over my time. Don't know which I honestly prefer. Mornings, only because they make me feel more responsible. I feel like mornings make me feel like one of those rise and shine fellows. Early bird gets the worm and all that. Here comes the sun. Doo -doo -doo -doo. Here comes the sun. Oh dear, we have to make sure I get everyone. I saved all the villagers? Oh no. I need to save the villagers. Where's the last villager in this area? Oh, no, no, no. There is. Quick, quick, quick. So, move faster. Oh, bastard. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Where are they coming from? Everyone! Get in here! Get in here, everyone. Everyone move back here. Probably for the best. Yeah, Osaka, eh? Good place, Osaka. Afraid I didn't actually do all that much when it came to Osaka. Perfect. Blow up. Leave you guys to deal with it. I don't care, man. Oh no, don't take my priest. He's really important. I need that priest. He's important for a quest I have. I'm trying to do this quest down here. It's really friendly compared to Tokyo. I've heard it's quite friendly compared to Tokyo, and I had a good time the one time I was in Osaka. I had quite the good time. Though I generally don't like Tokyo as a city just because it's a pain in my arse. Tokyo as a city I don't like generally. And it's not the unfriendliness of the people, it's the sheer tragedy of such a concrete jungle after living in Australia most of my life where I can't survive 2 minutes without a nice tree. But yes, I've heard it's a lot friendlier. Just nice. I had a good time at the bars in Osaka for the 2 days I was there once. Which was last year? Winter? Perfect. One more of those, mate, and we'll be good. We can change you to a more useful class. Fun. Priest, get over here. Purify that land. A weird city that's got thousands of people but is still isolating. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's a rather strange effect. No, no, no. Bye, bye, bye. You'll be more useful. I don't know. Shoot people with a gun. Much more useful to us. The sun's coming out anyway. We'll be fine. Gunnar Winters! Hey, hey, old mate. How are you? Gaijin Jack? It really feels like my channel has somehow become Japanese themed all the time. You're up early? I'm up early? Mate, I'm up late. I'm up late, mate. I ain't up early. But yes, I've never been much a fan of the old Tokyoites. They're good people. They're mostly good enough people. Yeah, it's like 7 AM in my part of the world. Yes, I am in Japan. I'm, one could say, a man in Japan. Ever watched that series by James May? Good one. James May is a man in Japan. And before that, Jack, I was in Australia, so I don't know why you're so confused about my area of the world. I was practically in the same time zone in Australia. Only an hour's difference. Actually, it's probably slightly kinder to be in Japan. Probably slightly kinder for you to have to watch me in Japan. Yes, how you been, Gaijin Jack? 5 AM here. Goodness gracious, that's right. That's why you're awake. You woke nuts. I remember. I remember the days being up that late. In Australia, I said when I was in Australia. When I was in Australia. I'm not all over the place, mate. When I was in Australia. When. But yes, I understand the confusion. Evan, how are you? I'm great. Having my nice drinks, drinking my Mai Tai. Had a nice time at a festival today, actually. A little, really tiny local festival. I went there. There was no advert, no, not even on the internet, this festival. One of those tiny little ones in my little countryside place. Only exists on pieces of paper on people's houses and shop windows, saying, oh my goodness, the local festival is happening. So I went and showed my face. Most people at that festival know who I am. Half the people were stopping to have a chat. It was a good time. It's a good piece of advice if you ever do move to another country or find yourself in another place. Nothing beats just going out in the town when there's an event and getting yourself involved. Really makes people appreciate that you're there, that you're trying, that you're being part of the community, so to speak. But it was nice. I got to see a few people, a few colleagues that I'll be seeing again in 2 weeks or so. So remember this wisdom. It is tough, especially when you don't speak the language of a country. It can be quite difficult to really feel confident to go out. And granted, I'm not very good at Japanese, I'll admit. My Japanese language skills certainly could use some work. What kind of food was at the festival? Oh, your normal festival fare. The ordinary festival fare. Your yakisoba, your... Yeah, your yakisoba, your okonomiyaki, your candy apples, or your... What do they call them? Ringo-ame. Oh, that sort of stuff. I quite enjoy festival food. Today, though, I couldn't drink, unfortunately, because I had actually driven to the festival. I rode to the festival, but the Japanese are still quite specific about... They're still quite specific about that. I'm drinking right now! Unfortunately, plenty of drinking for me, just not while I was out. I'm drinking right now. I've had 3 drinks tonight. 3 cocktails tonight, mate. Really? One of these fellows? My professor got cooked so bad I almost died. It was my cute rabbit son had. I no reward for cooking. No, you're right. It's absurd these days, really, in Japan. It is quite... Yeah, you'll be fine, lass. But yes, I always wear myself. I wear. At all times, if I'm out in the sun, I've got my big, broad-brimmed akubra. My brown hat that looks a bit like a cowboy hat, but it's made in Australia. It's not a Stetson. And I will be very offended if you call it a Stetson. It's not a cowboy, it hasn't got the curves. It's a flat, broad brim hat made of felt. That's what I wear when I'm out and about. It keeps me from getting too overheated, but yes, it can be quite bad these days. Osaka is worse than where I am. Looking for your fresh out, lightsaber katana, of course. I didn't even know I owned those, but yes, of course, I'd never forget. Never. Totally. I know exactly what you're talking about. And I would never forget about it. Tascata! Yeah, lass. Tascata yourself, lass. You've got like 3 people shooting guns. You'll be fine, lass. I remember in the original playthrough, this level was such a nightmare for the special quests. I literally don't know what you're saying. My American brain doesn't understand other than a cowboy hat. Well, you have cowboys in America. Cowboy, a boy who hangs around cows. In Australia, we have drovers. They're not called cowboys, they're drovers, mate. We have drovers. Drover. Drover. And they wear akubras. And if you want the more cowboy-looking hat, you can get the Snowy River Akubra, which does have the cowboy stylings to it. Does has the cowboy stylings. Oh yeah, the woo dudes. Bye-bye. Shoop. And here comes the sun. I really didn't need to use that move. Will she make it? Day 4. This is like a tower defense game. Part tower defense, part action game. Because, as you can see, I can jump around doing my wonderful sword dancing. Look at me dance. Which actually was something Kagura dancing did, which is what this game is based on. Kagura. So Kagura dancing does sometimes include swords. And it does look like this. I have seen a Kagura performance using swords before. Very beautiful. But yes, so this weird little diorama-looking game is essentially a tower defense where we defend this girl with a heap of villagers. Now, some levels are different. Sometimes you're on a boat, and you can't actually... You're kind of just surviving. Sometimes you have to just kill enemies to be able to use the power you get from the enemies to save her from some sort of terrible plight she's found herself in. Sometimes it's just a normal A to B tower defense. And sometimes it's a boss fight. So yes, part tower defense, part hack and slash. It's a beautiful game. I love it, Gaijin Jack. I'm really loving it, and I know no one knows it exists. And that's a real tragedy. If you like tower defense, and you like slashers, you'll like this game. And it's not too hard. It's not like it's gonna kick your ass. Looks cool. It's great. I do like this sort of... I've gotten used to it now, but when I remember when I first started this game, it kind of almost has an isometric feeling when you first start. There's like a tutorial level that starts as like a side-scroller. It starts like this. Like side-scrolling. And I'm like, is this a side-scroller like beat-em-up game? But no, it's not. It's just that the camera sits in such a weird way that you can make it seem like it. Boom, 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 boom. And it got me a hack and slash. Ah, I do love Dynasty Warriors. Me too. Me and my nephews used to play Dynasty Warriors a lot when they were younger. Ah, it's a good game, isn't it? Shame they haven't had a good Dynasty Warriors game since 5. Though, I really quite like the Warriors Origin games. Those are a fun little mix of mythology and Dynasty Warriors. And also, recently... Greek and Norse pantheons got in on the fun. Ah, they were such fun games. I do love them. I have a real soft spot for those games. Why is my mouth frozen? I've just realised. I've been looking way too happy this whole time. That's weird. Alright, lads. Also, I'm wearing a special outfit. Suggested to 5, Dynasty 6 and 7 outfit. Don't fight Lubu theme. Don't fight Lubu meme. Yes. Now the Lubu theme. Ah, those are good. Yay! Fun fact. All of the firework themes in this game were made using real fireworks. Like, they had a dark room, and they set up a heap of fireworks, and used those fireworks as the effects in games. In this game. It's absurd. The weirdness of this game. It's so avant-garde. This game. That is creative. So, I'm going to quickly jump into this area. So, as you can see, once you complete an area, you can actually create these areas. And in the first playthrough, I've already kind of finished everything, unfortunately, but... You go around repairing. See, you repair, like this nice, beautiful Torii gate here. You go around repairing all this sort of stuff as the level goes on. And so as you get further through the game, you repair more and more of these various villages. But you want know another thing? Every single one of these. I know Japan, it's a very Japanese thing. So in Japan, and elsewhere too, but often I saw it mostly in Japan. I see it mostly in Japan, is an obsession with dioramas. And this game kind of looks like a diorama, doesn't it? Kind of, you got these little buildings and these all... So we'll go to a village, actually. I'll go to a village. It looks a lot more obvious when you see it in the village, how the camera angle sits and all that sort of thing. Let's jump to Adashino village. Yeah, let's go with that. They look like little dioramas. See? You got these little, like... And you can actually go further out, actually. When you're in these levels, you can actually zoom out. And you got these little dioramas of people working and doing things, and these little buildings and temples and pieces of ground and dirt and trees. And then when you look out at the trees in the further distance, they're kind of... Tons of Tim Burton films, which is what I'm bringing you to. So there's this fascinating video. There's two fascinating videos that the developers of this game made. So this is a Capcom game, developed by the in-house team at Capcom. Team 1, I believe. Capcom Team 1, or Development Team 1. So they're in-house Capcom team. This is a Capcom game. This is not an indie game. It doesn't even have any DLC. There's not a single piece of paid DLC in this game. Hell, the outfit I'm wearing right now is a free DLC. I got this outfit for free. They didn't ask me to pay a dime. I can even change all of the music to Okami. The Okami music. You know, from the old PS2 game? PS2, right? Okami. So this is actually the outfit I'm currently wearing. This character's currently wearing. The outfit this old fella's wearing is based on the Okami. From Okami. So this is kind of based on the wolf from the Okami games. And this was just a free DLC I got. I don't own Okami. On the computer, at least. But, so, what I was going to is, these look like dioramas. These look like dioramas because they are dioramas, Jack. So, to make this game, and there's a fascinating video about it. These are dioramas. Each part of this is a real diorama they built in real life and scanned into the game. So they scanned why they all look so funny and kind of like little created buildings is because they made them in real life. They created dioramas, scanned them into the game, and built their 3D world out of it. The game UI looks a bit similar to Ghost of Tsushima, does it now? Oh, Ghost of Tsushima, that's a game I've got to play again. I played that when it first came out, it was great. Spectacular game, Ghost of Tsushima. So yes, this is why it looks like a diorama, because it is a diorama. This game was made using actual, real little diorama pieces. As all video... Well, they're trying to make it an art piece. They made a video about it. You can probably look it up on the Capcom channel. That talks about, like, Kunitsu-Gami... Making of Kunitsu-Gami, where they talk about the developers. It seems like a real passion project to the developers. I think clearly whoever worked on this game has some real power, because it's a real passion project. In fact, it was, I think, the director who made the dioramas, who made the actual little buildings. If you told me it was an Intel, I'd believe you, I know, right? And also, hello, Judith, you too. This is my recommendation. This game... The reason I didn't enjoy Hollow Knight as much was because I wanted to play this game at first. That's the reason I couldn't get into Hollow Knight as much when I first started playing it 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's because I was playing this game. This game's great. I recommend it. You've got all these beautiful little things. They've got this gallery of beautiful Japanese art. It's all very fun. And it's like a theatre. Look at it. Little theatre. You can feed the girl candy. It's such a passion to this game. Hello, Hadi. Look, it even has traditional Japanese sweet trivia. I've told all of this to poor old man. Poor and without a name. I've explained all of this to him already, but... It's even got paragraphs of information about all of these traditional Japanese sweets. I'm addicted to this new game. You probably might have heard of it. Oh, really? What is it? By the way, these are all like a sword, these are all tsuba. They're guards for your sword that give you different powers. Solo leveling, arise. Solo leveling. Now that name sounds familiar. Solo leveling. It's epic. Solo leveling. Why does that seem so familiar to me? Was solo leveling a Korean thing? That was that Korean series, right? Yeah, it's the Korean one. Yeah, no, I knew about it before it was anime. So, my nephew told me to read it. He told me to read the Korean one, the Korean manhwa? Manhwa, that's it. Manhwa. They made a game of it. It does not surprise me. The whole series was based on being a video game, if I remember correctly. Alright. So, look at these beautiful dioramas. I can feed all these sweets. Look at them. So beautifully rendered, these sweets. Look at them. So beautifully rendered, each with their own plate. Very Japanese. By the way, that is not a peach. That is actually a sweet. That is made of, like, red bean paste. As you can read here. If you want to pause and read it. I love this game. It's a real passion of mine. Got to check it again. It took me 4 hours. Oh, I see. Also, it allows you to look at all the monsters that you fought. You think you're addicted? Oh, you're only 4 hours in, mate. But yeah, the monster design is spectacular in this game, too. I'm gonna look it up, Eric. But the monster design, too, is very good in this. Thank you for sharing. No, that's what I do. Like, look at this thing. It's like a cow mixed with a spider. I believe Without a Name mentioned that it was like, he mentioned it was like Warframe, in a way, and I do kind of see it, how they design the monsters. Look at these monster designs. So fun. We're actually going to fight one, so we'll have a look at the boss. We'll have a look at the boss. The hell was that? Well, that's a lot of this game, mate. You're gonna have a lot of that reaction a lot in this video game, because, oh my god, some of the monsters look awful in this game. They're horrifying. Frankly, quite disgusting sometimes in this game. What should I upgrade? Yeah. Let's upgrade the nuclear bomb. It's always fun. Ooh, look at him now. I'll explain a bit more after we do this level. But let's get out of here. Is this a samurai or a shinkan? They're a spirit. They are not a samurai. They do fight with a sword, but they are... So the whole concept... And I'll explain a bit more later, but essentially, generally, there's this mystical mountain. The mountain we're currently on. This mountain. And it has a mountain goddess, and it's a mountain with abundant resources. There's a lot of... You know what, I'll explain it after this fight, but this will be fast. This boss fight will be quick, don't worry. To the Pro-Dagger Ronin? No, they're not a samurai, at all. No Ronin warriors, unfortunately. Today... we're gonna do gunners. And gunners only. And also 2 cannoneers. When you really want people to go away. Nope, somebody's loving it. Ronin warrior! Why can't I Ronin warrior? That would be so cool. I don't know, mate. Oof. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my legs. Oh yeah, I forgot that this time it's rather annoying. Alright. Let's watch the cinematic, everyone. You ready to see this boss fight? Oh, look at him! Cute little fella, ain't he? Adorable. I'm sure this won't go terribly. Oh, look, he's going a little slide in the mud pool. The dangerous, horrible, toxic mud pool. Are you a fan of cricket? I've watched a lot of cricket. Couldn't say I'm a fan, though. It's pretty popular in Australia, though. Oh, and he's slurping on that juice. I'm from Pakistan. Oh, we often have test cricket against you, don't we, Adi? Here we go, the Notsugo. This is the cursed corpse of a baby, if you would guess. How? Don't worry, I've fought these bosses before. So I fear that I won't be very... watching it to do all that? Well, if he wanted to survive, he should probably not have sat in a toxic pool surrounded by heavy ordnance. If he didn't do that, he probably would have been a lot better. He's a cursed baby, by the way. Cursed baby. How do you feel after two of the best Indian crickets retire? Well, it'll probably give us a better chance every time we have test cricket against you. Let's go, mate. Kick his ass, lads! Yeah, I heard you from Pakistan. Oh, from India. Sorry. Talking about India. Sorry. No, sorry, but I read it, but didn't pick up the information. Sorry. Still, it'll give us both the better chance when we go against India. Hit him, lads. I'm gonna let my fellas kill the guy. I'm gonna defend our lady. I think I have a challenge against Australia, yeah? Well, Australians have a lot of cricketers. It's a favourite sport of ours, certainly. It tore you. There he goes. The boss fights are easy in this game, mate. Now absorb all of that horrible essence, girl. Absorb all that horrible essence. Truly, the power of the Second Amendment. Two cannons and several hundred muskets, as the founding fathers intended. So yes, throughout the game, in your original playthrough, I've done a playthrough already. This is like a New Game Plus. I'm trying to do a secret boss. We're trying to get a secret boss in New Game Plus. But in the normal playthrough, you would actually collect more masks and allow you to have more roles to make your people become. Alright. Beautiful. Kamakura Shrine. I see. We're already at Kamakura, eh? We're already to Kamakura. Alright. So, first let's jump into here. No harm in going and checking on our lass. Unfortunately, I know what the future holds for our poor lass. So, actually, let's have a look. The general story of this game is rather fun. So essentially, we're in a village on a mountain with a mystical mountain goddess. Very Japanese. Everyone's having a great time. Everyone's living their lives and doing the best. But then, as humans tend to do, they started using the mountain. Using its abundant resources. They cut down trees. They fished the great fish. They caught the great carp of the river. They hunted the deer. And eventually they found themselves afflicted. Some strange curse. Now, I don't know who the old lady is. I think she may be the incarnation of the mountain goddess. But yes, everyone became afflicted. And out came the monsters, known as the Seethe. Sort of like the built-up sins of man made flesh. Then everyone on the mountain got cursed, and a sacrifice was chosen as according to the pact with the mountain goddess. One person would take upon all the sins that have built upon the mountain, and so a procession began using the masks, the Kagura masks. The thing about Kagura masks is they allow somebody who wears them to be inhabited by the spirit of a god. That's the idea of Kagura masks most of the time. If you're playing a god in a Kagura performance, you wear a mask to imbue yourself with the spirit. Then this procession happening. You fight monsters, fight more monsters. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Like Gar from your cricket team, shots are good. Agar's also good. But his bowling led to England making the old Ashes, eh? The Ashes test. And hello, Xvidity. You joined me playing this beautiful little game. Point is, each mask represents a god, with each of them specializing in a different role. The woodcutter, basic, fast, but not very strong, melee attack. The archer, medium-ranged, basic. Today's drink for me is wine, but not too good with fancy drinks. I just got it from my friend. Oh, very nice. I'm glad to have someone drinking with me. I made myself up. So the first drink of this stream was a cocktail called Coffee and Cigarettes. Rather unappetizing in its name, but it's a great cocktail. And the second one I've been drinking is a Mai Tai. A beautiful summer tropical cocktail made with... I decided to go with just golden rum instead of white rum. I know often people make this with white rum, but I enjoy myself a bit of Appleton Estate rum. So it's been good. Though I do have a very... Because it was my new profile picture. I gotta go swim. Oh! Have fun, but I hope to see you soon. Well, I'll be around. Just keep your eye out, mate. Good to see you. But yes, so it's a beautiful little game. Each of these guys have beautiful things, and as you upgrade them, their masks become more extravagant as you upgrade them. Yes, each scroll. So tune in on Sable Ghost, live stream of HK. Oh, there you go. I'll have a look. I saw a bottle of a Freud 10 in the beginning of the stream. Indeed you did. I'll grab that picture, actually. Indeed you did. That would have been the Coffee and Cigarettes cocktail. This picture is, by the way, all of the pictures of these drinks, unless otherwise specified, are taken by me. I make these drinks, I take these pictures. Very much how I do things. So yes, that is the bottle of Lefroy 10 I used when I made that particular Coffee and Cigarettes. Love this one. It's a good picture. I really love that. Sorry, got jump scared. Whoa! But I love this. I love Lefroy. I love Isla Scotch. Actually, right now, I have about finished a bottle of Cowida, another Isla Scotch. But my favourite of the Islas is definitely a Lefroy. I know it's not the nicest of the Islas, but the most expensive. God, I love a bottle of Isla Scotch. Yes, so the Coffee and Cigarettes, in this case, is a cocktail, a stirred cocktail, made with Isla Scotch, very smoky. Coffee liqueur. In my case, my choice of coffee liqueur was the Toguichi Sakurao Distillery Coffee Liqueur. Whiskey blend coffee liqueur. Beautiful. Beautiful coffee liqueur. From the fellows down at Sakurao in Hiroshima. Mixed with whiskey as its base, instead of a basic spirit. And the last bit of this is a bit of chocolate bitters. You're supposed to use Coxel bitters, but I don't have any Coxel bitters. They're quite hard to get. So I grabbed some chocolate bitters. They're New Zealander. They're quite good. Chocolate with us. Let's say I didn't have the best outcome. Not for everyone, cocktails. Though you did remind me, I have a very nice bottle of wine that I got gifted. Really nice bottle of wine. From a local winery. Very small winery. Very nice bottle. And I am trying to organise few of friends to come over and have a glass with me. It's a shame to drink nice whiskey. It's a shame to drink nice alcohol by oneself. It does give the coffee and cigarettes feeling. That's the point. Smoke and coffee. Coffee and cigarettes. How do you know what cigarettes taste like? I don't. As you can probably tell from my voice, I've stayed away from the old diaries in my time. Never really took a cheeky... I was about to say something that I know is no longer the right word. I was about to use the English word for cigarettes. Sorry. But yes, I've never had many diaries at my time. Maybe once or twice when I was younger, but I've never consistently smoked. I do not know what smoke tastes like, though, because I've been around enough fires. You can taste it. When you smell it and you breathe through your mouth, you can taste the smoke. That's more what it's trying to go for, but it is a very harsh drink. If you don't like it, and you're feeling it's a bit too harsh, because it can be, I just throw a dash of anything nice, a sweet of some kind, you know. Sugar, just basic sugar syrup would be fine. Honey, I wouldn't suggest honey. I find a good one. I find a good one is, in fact, the one I had earlier tonight, I put, a dash of, what was it? Orgeat. A dash of orgeat, which is French almond syrup. I smoke when we have PT hints. It's PT hints, mate. If that's a hint. If it's a PT hint. It's called an electric cigarette. Yeah, I see them all the time in Japan. Also smokeless cigarettes. You see them all the time. I'm Muslim. I see. Fair enough. My parents... Don't worry. When I was a young man, I didn't drink until I was well into my 20s. Which is quite rare for an Australian, especially in that day and age. And I'm not saying that as a reason that you're going to drink. No, don't worry, though. I'm just saying that it took me a long time to drink. And my parents, neither of them drank. I was in a family where there was no alcohol in our family. No alcohol. So I grew up quite far away from it. It helped me develop a more healthy habit, because I approached it when I was introduced to alcohol. It was as a gourmet sort of idea. Alright, gotta go. See you later. I've got to check something. I don't know why I'm frozen. For some reason, my face is frozen in abject joy. Wow. Why? Wow. Why is that the case? Something's gone wrong with the program. Let me close myself and open myself up again. I'm going to freeze for a moment. And you're the Quintus. Being frozen should be normal for you. Cheeky. But funny. Very good. I appreciate it. Cheeky. Maybe the program's wrong. Maybe it is. Too old. Come on, old mate. Oh! I think it's back to moving again. Alright. Nothing. Turning it off and turning it back on again doesn't fix. There we are, lads. Wonderful. Come on, head. Stop moving. Hey! There we are. I lost my mask, though. Masks are important in this game. I need to have mine. Alright. Cheeky. Oh, that was a tough one. Went high with that one. Usually I'm much lower. Usually I'm like, ugh. That one went up through my nose. Cracked. My voice cracked while I was sneezing. Anyway. No. Just got something up my nose, I think. Ah, the most powerful... This is the most powerful unit in this whole game. Fear the Second Amendment. Alright, let's get into these things. We'll do a couple more levels. It is getting a bit late here. It is about 9 o'clock here, so my neighbours probably won't appreciate me. So we'll try and do a couple more levels. Okay, assign a role to every role to the villagers and defeat 50C of the sorcerer. Alright, I can do that. Alright. That's an ominous bit of foreshadowing about what's going to happen at the end of this level. So this level... Oh, I forgot. Oh, yep. She's going to lose her ability to walk, by the way. You guys got to see her just as she loses her ability to walk. Lady's about to start turning into a tree. Hey, you signed up for this, lass. You are the sacrifice. Good riddance. She didn't need the legs anyway. Alright. I forgot about this. I need to quickly restart. The good thing about restarting quickly is I can change my equipment. So I do not do anything in this level, I believe. I cannot do anything in this level. So, there's no point in having anything that helps me. Anything that helps the villagers, great. I actually might need that too. One of the gods will be handy. Oh no, Steamed Craftsman will be better. And health is good, but I think damage is better. Very good. These things are awful. Alright. Good. Yes, I am. Yeah. Let's get that. She starts losing her ability to walk. It's a tragedy. This thing first. Boom. So, essentially, each level is broken down into 2 parts. Daytime and nighttime. So in this level, I won't actually be able to fight. Like, you saw me in the last level running around and fighting. I can't do that this time. I will not have... She will be... Because I am a spirit summoned through her connection to the goddess, the mountain goddess. So is just a spirit that is part of the pact of the mountain goddess. But when she is weakened, the girl herself, I am unable to help. I become a ghost. Come back here, cursed deer. I need you. So I go around clearing up defilement to make it easier for me to gain more crystals, and crystals are what we use to... A ghost of Tsushima? Ah, well, if this was on Tsushima, maybe. They do not mention where this is, and Tsushima does have a few mountains, so... Could be Tsushima. Be not I to judge. So, doing this being a New Game Plus, I'm trying to get the challenges done. Assign every role to a villager, and defeat 50 Seed with a sorcerer. If, you know, an archer, you know, an axeman is to hit people you don't like from close-up, and an archer hits people from medium range that you don't like, peppers people you don't like from medium range, and a gunner eviscerates people from 6 miles away, and a cannoneer is when you really just don't like somebody, then the sorcerer is when you've decided that the only way to defeat your enemies is a tactical nuke made of origami. And that is exactly what you'll get when you use the sorcerer. They essentially sit there and charge up, and once they're charged, well, you better believe your enemies are going to be scared. Because you've got the power of the origami nuke. You'll see it plenty of times in this level. It's quite fun, really. Obstruction removed. Wonderful. Charging windows. Yes. I'll charge everyone. Is that all the villagers? God damn it. Damn little defilement in the pot. Hiding from me. Ah, yeah. What's very important in this village is that by the time the day ends, I have gotten all the villages uncursed, because this is a tough level. This is not an easy level. Because you can't rely on yourself to kind of cover the gaps in your defenses. Oh, repairs complete, which means I need to start the next repairs. I find this level has so many different ways the enemy attacks, so every one of these broken, cursed-looking Torii gates, by the way, can be used by the enemies to appear, to enter the world. This Torii gate is still functional, so... And in fact, this is a defensive Torii gate. It won't get damaged. They can't enter through this Torii gate, because it's repaired. But the cursed Torii gates, with all these big fingers and stuff coming out of the ground. By the way... Every area is made of dioramas. These are all tiny dioramas built by the development team. And the fascinating thing is, of course, the monsters are not dioramas. They are digitally created monsters. So all the creepy digital, all the creepy monster hands and giant monster limbs and stuff sticking out, they're all digitally created, which kind of creates that contrast, that kind of fascinating little contrast between the two things, the sort of unreal and the real. Makes it feel like this is some sort of almost parasitic entity that's started to build up over everything. And it's very limbs, because the idea is it is human sin. This is human sin given form. That is the point of these levels. This whole thing is it's human sin given form and given power, which I think is quite fun. Alright, let's start building our team. Everyone, on me. I have not rescued all the villagers. Where's one of the villagers? I'm missing villagers. Oh no. I've made a terrible mistake. How have I missed a villager? Well, that's bad. Where is he? Oh, there he is! Quick! 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 Go! Get that villager! It's been cursed into a cocoon, thank God. Whew, that was close. Alright. Now! Okay. Okay. So, we need to assign a role to every villager. As part of our quests, so we're gonna have a really screwed up team. Yeah, Lars, you're gonna start dying, I know. Oh, here she goes! Her legs have turned into a tree! Rough times, Lars. Sucks to be a sacrificed. And I'm a ghost now. But don't worry, Ninja Man's here. Fear not, the ninja is here. It's horrible, like a fungal infection. Indeed. So I can't actually cure. I could actually finish this level right now. Because you just have to give her enough of those crystals, the things in the top right corner. But they're clever. They would know you would have a lot of crystals. By this time. So what they do is they've made it so You have to, one, assign a role to every villager. You have to give every villager a role. Which is already a pain in the ass. Which uses a lot of your crystals. You guys stay where you are. The ninja, just stay there. We'll figure it out. And 2, you have to defeat the sorcerers with the seeth. No defenses on this side, so... Where the hell is my gunner? Did I not equip a gun? That's the problem. How did I miss the gunner? Foolish. The most powerful class. Alright, everyone. Get going. Now, this is the part where I organize everyone. Yeah, that seems good. I still got a villager who hasn't got a roll yet. How'd you miss that? You know what, lass? You too can become a sorcerer. Because 100 sorcerer will just make my life a lot easier. So you see that little magical white thing? Oh, you can't see it, actually. It's behind the giant picture of a drink. You're in the minimap, but yes. There's a white thing behind you guys. That is the actual Shikigami. The magical nuke I was speaking of. The magical nuke I was speaking of. Oh, it's already ready. I do love myself a fully upgraded sorcerer. Oh, they've moved. And so this level also has each entrance changes. Usually the entrances of the monsters don't change. But in this level, they do. Nothing's ever easy, is it? Nothing's ever bloody easy. Gun. But otherwise, I get going now. Thank you for the recommendation and everything. Have a good night. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I'll probably finish up after this level, to be entirely honest. It is a bit late. I don't want my neighbors to start complaining. Don't drink too much, don't worry. I won't. But I think we might do another night stream tomorrow night, if I can. My god. Most effective fighter in this damn place. Should make everyone ninjas. Alright. Tactical nuke incoming. You guys all can watch this cinematic for the first time. Mospag Knight. Using the power of dance, he summons the giant origami T-pose. And that giant origami T-pose is using the power of T-posing to kill you with paper cuts, I assume. Bam! Everyone's dead. I got 6, that was nothing. We're gonna have to do this for a while, I'm starting to realize. I'm too effective. I'm too powerful. I'm too... It's about drive. It's all about power. We stay hungry. We devour. And to be honest, priestess, you join the Corps. Yeah, Shikigami. A Shikigami nuke. Indeed. You are correct. A Shikigami nuke. Look at them. Look at them go. They're just covered in Shikigami. Oh, they've changed sides. It's a cool design, though. I didn't know that you could really make a Shikigami look so creative. So, I'm just gonna sit here and wait. For as many monsters as possible to arrive. Oh yes, forgot about these fellows. Mr. Dancy Man. Look at him dance, look at him go. Yeah. Oh, they're going fast. So essentially one of my quests is to keep using that nuke until I get the quest finished. That's essentially it. But I'm starting to realize I may be too powerful. I need to pull my fellows back. So that people have more of a chance to spawn. I wonder how fast I can make the Shikigami. Because the more sources you have, the faster the nuke appears. Kind of wondering how fast I can make it. Oh no, a Hitogami. Oh, thank God. High explosives. They are very annoying. Hidagami? Hidagami, I think is their name. That ninja is a nightmare for monsters. He's so good at his job. Get over here. Unfortunately, I am going to take your ninja privileges away. You're too powerful. I have revoked your ninja privileges. I need to have more monsters on the screen at once so I can blow them all up at the same time. Alright, that looks good. There you go. How did that get me? Ooh, 30, 20 more. Beautiful work, me. There you go, that'll do. Good job, Gunner. Shing. Good job, lads. Wow, it's so fast. Oh, that sound. I just recognized it. Oh no, that's the sound of those bastards. Yep, there he is. Alright, at least don't worry, I've got the nuke ready. There's not quite enough enemies for the nuke, to be honest. Kick his ass, lads. What are you doing? Sort of like an RTS game. Interesting. Yeah, it does have a bit of RTS feeling too, doesn't it? There is a real-time nature to it, unlike other tower defense games where you kind of set and forget sort of thing. Yeah, you're kind of moving them around, trying to keep as many of them on screen as possible. I'm trying to get as many kills as possible. 42, 8 more. And we can just finish this level, for God's sake. Oh no, he's already broken down that barrier. That is not good, actually. That is very bad. He's broken down that barrier. Oh, I just realized we lost our person on the perch. I'm gonna make that guy solid. No moving. I have no gems for the next level. Yes, very good. Sumo is the most useful. In this second playthrough, when you have specific things you need to do, the most useful person I've ever had is the sumo, which drags enemies to him. Alright, tactical nuke incoming. We just need 8 enemies, and then we can just finish the level. Yes, I think I can. Not quite. Go, everyone. Right, I just need 8 enemies. Sorgyo, like the muscles in a gang. Maybe. Is that Gyo? No, that's not Gyo, is it? I've read that wrong. It's all something, though. One more tactical nuke. My Japanese isn't perfect. Or Chinese, I don't know what it actually is. One last explosion. Alright. There we go. Alright. One mission complete. Now, while the fellas fight their fight... I think I guess what it is. Fair enough. Could be Sorgyo, I suppose. Occasionally, the things that have the same radicals often have the same way of, the same pronunciation. In Kunyomi, at least. Or is it Onyomi? I always get those mixed around. Alright. Let's finish up this level, shall we? I shall feed you the crystals. Stand once again, lass. Stand. Rise. And here we go. Ah, sumo! It is literally just sumo. There you go. I didn't know that was the kanji for mo. Sumo. Nikshi. Ah, fascinating. There you go. Oh, that's right, we rescue these fellows. Rather conveniently, she loses her ability to walk. At the very moment, we get the Mikoshi. And the 2 attendants. He's like, what? They're like, do not worry, lass. We shall carry you onto the Mikoshi. And she literally becomes the goddess. Well, I guess she can't walk. She can't dance. That's the problem. She can still sort of walk, but she can't dance, which is kind of what she needs to do. So this is the Mikoshi, like you see in the parades in Japan. But it is a literal human being embodying the goddess, rather than just a representative of the god, as what tends to be in a Mikoshi. There she is. Look at all cool tats. She didn't have those tats at the start of the game. So, the fellow swordsman, he's the one who gave it to them. Some sort of magical spell to stop her from being immediately consumed by corruption. Off we go. Nice. I'm really good at these quests. I'm good at these. That's what I thought. The Gate Cherry Tree. Gonna jump into the shrine. There you go. And now, after that point, we have the 2 attendants. And she is now in the Mikoshi inside the tent. Instead of just sitting there, she is now on the Mikoshi. It's quite fun. Alright. So for this level... we are going to quickly do this last level. Because it's kind of a boss fight. The next level's a bit of a boss fight. I think it's quite fun. A boss fight I did a lot, by the way, in the last playthrough. The Great Cherry Tree. Don't let any villagers become cocooned. Easy. We can do that. Easy. Don't let villagers become cocooned. And kill 10 enemies before they spawn. Simple. So, if you've noticed, in the other levels where we had to have a path, you see the path right here? You can purify this path. Fair enough. You can purify the path. However, it's a trick. That's not real. You can purify the path. You can do what you'd normally do in a level and carve the path of the goddess. Carve spirit path so she can do her trip. It seems very simple, but it's actually a trick. One that I am wise to. The trick is, it's not a real path. The moment the night falls, the path disappears. And you have to fight a boss fight. So you waste all of your crystals carving that path. Which is what they want you to do. They want you to waste your crystals. But I'm not going to do it. I'm not a fool. I know what they're up to. They think they can pull the wool over my eyes. Well, well, well. They'll find themselves sorely mistaken. They'll find themselves sorely mistaken. I need crystals on this level. Because I have a lot of gunmen to give guns. So this is a cleverly hidden boss fight. You can probably tell, considering there's a giant pair of feet coming out of this tree, that it's not just a normal tree. There's something wrong with this tree. I can't quite put my finger on it. It may be all the terrible, evil growths coming out of it. Who knows? It's a real mystery. It's a real mystery. Alright. The most powerful class on this is Gunner. Marksman will end this fight lickety-split. Got ourselves a battery up here. Got myself an absolute battery. Plenty of time, don't you worry. Still got time. Become a thief. Do your job, thief. Pop that chest out of the ground. I need the crystals. I do think there's another one somewhere around here. Oh, there it is. Oh. Good night. Well, good night. Thank you for coming, without a name. I hope to see you around. Take care of yourself. Alright, and the night begins. Here it is. The trick. Boom. Turns out the giant ominous tree was giant and ominous. And it also has a tongue. I wonder what it tastes. That's right. It's time to fight the tongue tree. Well, more that those guys will shoot it to death. That's why I chose it. It instantly shoots it to death. It's great. Definitely not French. No? That's a shame. So, before we move on... It seems this level has a lot more of those fellows. Kill 10 enemies if they fall from the falling defilement. Eric! They do like their long, sexy tongues. That's one way of putting it. And hello, Panda Knives. Good to see you. I have not slept. I see. So we try to kill those things before they spawn. One more. One more set. Oh, perfect. Alright, now we'll finish up this part of the boss fight. Quest complete. And again, watched the scary movie at 5 to 7 AM, and then I played Fortnite while my friend had opened a video. Oh, well, it sounds like a nice night, as long as you weren't planning to do anything in the morning, and now I am here. Well, I would suggest going to get some rest, but, you know, I can't tell you what to do. I'll get you, you gross tongue monster. Alright, up! This is not just a giant tree monster. Get away from me, woman. It's a tree angler monster. It's got like a weird woman attached to it. One and Tank's tongue makeout session later. Indeed, it is. Well, you'd probably be able to have a much better intense tongue session with the weird lure. Yeah, Lars, you thought. You thought you could stop me from getting lots of tongue from the monster, but you were incorrect. Ow. God, she hit so hard, I forgot. Oh, you bastard. Can't hit me in here, Lars. I'm invincible. I have my bubble of safety. Ah! The third tongue defeated. And now it's time for the third phase of the fight, where its face appears. And of course, as all faces are made of, this face is made of fingers. I love the very casual music. There he is. Beautiful. Look at his little finger puppet face. Yatsurao. With a little banshee in the background. Adorable. I do like the very casual music I'm realizing is in this fight. Nice nails. Yeah, she does got some good nails. So, I'm going to actually beat this fast fight without doing the proper phases because marksmen are overpowered. Because marksman can hit this monster from anywhere. Ew, its armor's full of tongues. Yes. Yes, it is. Its armor is full of tongues. Ow. I'm gonna go become invincible for a moment. Don't worry about me. Whoop. By the power of the waters of the shrine, I become invincible. By the Choshu Basin. Now shoot him to death, bastards. Hey! Sometimes the best offense is a good defense. I'm not kidding. That shield technically does damage. And considering I'm pretty sure these tongues are not damage-based, they are in fact hit-based, means the shield can hurt it quite badly, as you can tell. Down it goes! Winner, winner, chicken dinner! Which is why I was confident I could finish it in time. Alright, that's right, I get a mask from this, don't I? I got the Cannoneer mask. Oh, one of the cooler ones, which we'll be using in the next level. My god. The cherry tree is back. The great cherry tree. Actually, how did you end your explanation video? Because that's the movie we watched. Up, and she continues turning into a tree. Great times. It looks beautiful. Wow. She's just... I've made peace with the fact I'm turning into a tree. Look at that. 2 bonus quests done. Spectacular. And the next is Kordai Valley, which is another boat one, which we don't have the time for, unfortunately. Do not allow any of the boats to sink. Do not assign roles to any villages. Oh my god, that's tough. These bastards are trying to kill me. These quests are so tough. But yeah, so... It's quite nice to actually play these levels through normally. I really do suggest playing them normally, because you can actually, as you play through the game, you can actually restore each of these areas. So before all the statues and the little statues like the Buddha, Bodhisattva down here and that sort of thing are all broken at start, and you have to repair them. Yeah, here we are. The beautiful cherry tree diorama. It's absurd to think some madman made this in real life and then scanned it into a video game. What the hell is wrong with him? I'll never understand. Alright, I don't think I need any crystals. Oh, next level is me, so... I can also view these. Look at them. View the beautiful little charms. I'm going to set up for next time, because I know next time we'll have a requirement of me not being able to use villagers, so I'm going to have to be creative. I can use the cannons at least. Um... What would be best for this last one? No, I've never done that. What is this? Be dance, but unable to attack. Oh! My goodness! I can dance! It even does music. Oh my goodness. Like a summoning dance. There's a lot of these little charms like that. These, Maibo charms, what are they called? Maizo talismans. That are like that. Like flowers will bloom at his feet. Dancing. Villagers will dance. Villagers will pray. Greet so. I wonder what that is. I've never had that before. Apparently this is supposed to make them greet me. I've never actually done it before. Hello? Oh, they pray to me. I see. It does look a bit like the Yuna's summoning dance from Final Fantasy X, doesn't it, though? Probably what they based it on. I suspect the Yuna summoning dance is very much a traditional Japanese dance put into a fantasy world. I need power. Ah, I know the perfect one, actually. Speed. Where's the walking speed? Does one of these increase my movement speed? That'll be useful for the next... That was one. Alright. Look at this thing, though, by the way. It's like a foot monster. Got a little face on it. Beautiful. Imagine if you looked under your foot and that's what you found. Alright. Did I crash? I crashed. Alright, let's finish up there. Take a save. I think we'll be back tomorrow night, probably. Do this again. Dude. Below the exclamation. I've crashed. My VC face program crashed for some reason. God, I can't win. He's one of the 8 kings of hell, Pieman. So, I'm back. Alright. We'll actually have to finish up quick, because it is 10 o'clock. But because it's so late, I won't be streaming tomorrow morning. I think we'll do another night stream, if I stream tomorrow. It'll likely be this game again, because I'm kind of trying to finish this up before... Well, actually, admittedly, what I'm trying to do, currently, is I'm hoping that Black Myth Wukong will get a few updates that make it a bit more efficient to play, and then I can buy it, and then we can play that on stream. It's kind of what I'm planning to do, is do Black Myth Wukong next. But, if we finish this game, Black Myth Wukong hasn't got an update, we have a list of games we can play, and also some Japanese horror games that are out and about. But yes, unfortunately I need to finish quickly. I don't want to annoy my neighbours too much. It is 10 PM. I'm probably a bit loud. My walls are made of paper. And my roofs are made of cardboard. I may or may not be living in a homeless camp. But anyway. The thing problem about lore videos about horror movies is they're always a bit mumbo-jumbo. Anyway, I'll finish quickly. Japanese walls, hello? Japanese walls, indeed. That's what I get for living in a cheap apartment. I'm a I'm actually quite fortunate. Because I moved to Japan to do some fun, just to, live my life, just have some fun. Have some good times. I'm not really too concerned about my apartment. And often, I don't think I have anyone living either side of me, just above me. And last year, I didn't have anyone above me, just one side of me. I think we had one person, but no one above me or to my right, which was quite nice. Shame I'm not in a corner apartment, then I only have above and beside me. I was going to move to a nicer apartment that I can afford. I'm in the middle of goddamn nowhere. None of the apartments cost anything. But unfortunately, I decided to buy a car. So, I can't really afford to move apartments currently. Rather tragic. Anyway, I will finish up there. As always, thank you all for watching. I'm glad you all wandered by. Glad a few of you have come from my Hollow Knight streams. I was worried that everyone who watched me play Hollow Knight wouldn't watch me after that. Because they were only here to watch me play Hollow Knight, so I'm glad you all came by, for those who came by. And of course I'm glad you came by, Panda. As always. Old friend of mine, Panda Knives. Otherwise, we'll either be back tomorrow night or Monday morning for another stream of Kunitsu-Gami. After that, we'll discuss it. We'll talk about it on Monday or Sunday night. Otherwise, thank you all for watching. You've been a great audience. Always here for the good times. Me too. Glad you are. And as always, good night. This time for real. This time for real. Good night. Sleep tight. And don't let the giant tree monster made of fingernails bite. Because if you get too close, oh, he most certainly will. Nighty night, everyone. I've got some responsibilities on the porcelain throne. Bye-bye.